Now they're all in their final place to rest.
This is the Sweden and Norway border.
Look at these key houses.
Like the biggest ice cream ever.
Toll from Sweden to Denmark on the bridge is like 106 euros. What?
Germany would be one of my least favourite countries to drive in.
Hi, we're Hannah and Myron, and we live full-time in our self-built campervan. In today's video, we leave Norway and head into Sweden, and then we go back into Norway and back into Sweden, all in a couple of hours. We visit an awesome junkyard with loads of old cars, and we head to a gorgeous little Swedish seaside town.
Good morning everyone. This is Ivan's Junkyard on the border between Sweden and Norway. This is a really cool junkyard of a whole bunch of 1960s to 1970s vehicles that are rusting away. So the story of this place is that in 1967 Sweden switched from driving on the left hand side of the road to the right hand side of the road, and so when they did that, a whole bunch of people wanted to get rid of their left hand drive vehicles, so they were selling for cheap. So two brothers bought a whole bunch of these cars and then made a scrapyard on the Sweden and Norway border, so that way they could sell the parts to either country. They built a house out here in the front and then initially had all the cars parked in the front yard, and then they started having to dump them into the forest because they started collecting so many, and this is where we are now. All the wrecks of cars with all the bumpers and most of the parts that they would have been able to take off, taken off. Now they're all in their final place to rest. This place is huge, kind of creepy with all the trees growing up around the cars. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of V-dubs here, a lot of maybe American looking cars. Sweden and Norway have a lot of American cars for some reason, so I'm not sure why. Back in the van, and now we're going to head down to Gothenburg.
Let's go! Such a sunny, nice day today, isn't it?
It is. I think it's like 7 days. The next 7 days are going to be sunny, so it's great.
It's my favourite kind of day where it's cold enough to wear jeans, but like warm enough to just wear a t-shirt. This is the Sweden and Norway border. There's nothing here.
I think that road marks the borderline.
It's so cool. Let's cross back into Norway.
Sweden and now Norway.
So today we are going to be driving down through Sweden, but just the little bit we're on right now is kind of surrounded by water, so we need to drive back into Norway a little bit to head down, and then we'll be back in Sweden soon and head down Sweden. I think we're about to leave Norway again.
The perfect day for a drive.
Leaving Norway and going into Sweden.
I hope you can hear us because it's a bit windy, but we're on our way south through Sweden, and we've just stopped off on this little island called Smogen. I'm definitely not saying that right, but we're gonna go for a little walk to the harbour, maybe find some Swedish food.
Yeah.
Feeling a bit hungry after a few hours driving.
So we found this nice restaurant that we're going to have lunch at. I ordered fish and chips and Hannah got a halloumi burger. Look at these key houses. I'm not sure what they're for. because they have doors at the top and doors at the bottom, but there's no boat ramp anywhere around, so I don't think they're actually for putting your boat inside. So maybe they're just holiday houses. Very cute though. Look at that jellyfish. Anna says that it's a lion's mane jellyfish.
This is like the biggest ice cream ever. I got 2 flavours, Myron did as well. Came to 86 Swedish money. So good.
What flavours did you get?
Caramel and chocolate.
And I got mint and chocolate and banana and chocolate.
You got like 2 fruity planty ones and chocolate.
Yeah.
And Myron got 2 cones. I only got 1 cone. Don't know why I got 2 cones.
Back to the van.
So we've been driving for a few hours now, and I thought, let me just check what tolls are coming up. I knew there were going to be tolls from here to Denmark, and we've just had a look, and the toll from Sweden to Denmark on the bridge is like 106 euros. What? Like, that's insane. So we're just pulling over and we're just gonna figure it out and just see, maybe we should be catching a ferry instead. It's a lot of money. So I think we've worked out that the ferry versus the toll bridges are around the same price, but going on the ferry is around, we'll drive around 300 kilometers to where we're trying to go, whereas going on the toll bridge we'll drive around 600 kilometers. So around the same price, although the toll also could end up being more because we're not 100% sure which like size vehicle we qualify on.
If we're a car, up to 6 meters, or if we're a camper, which is 6 meters to 10.
And we're under 6 meters, but I don't know if that makes us a car. So I think we're gonna get the ferry, and now Myron's like adding on extras like buffet breakfast and stuff. Not sure if we're gonna get that, but we'll see.
And this is the 3 different routes we can go. A ferry here, and then drive, a ferry here, or drive and then take 2 bridges, which is about 50 or 100 euros, and then 20 euros for this one. And it's further to drive.
So we've made the decision, we're definitely catching the ferry, and now it's time to go find somewhere to sleep for the night. Good morning, it's like 6:30, I'm so tired, but we are up early to catch this ferry. Found the port.
So now we're just in line to board the ferry and get our passports checked, and I think that'll be it.
So funny, like there's 2 lines and no one came into our line. So there was no one behind us, yet it must be like 30 vehicles in the line next to us. So the lady is now having to like wave people into her line. It's quite funny, they didn't give us like a slip or a card or anything to tell us where to go. She just told us to go to lane 15. She's also given us this thing for the gas. I asked her like, what do we like, she said put this on. I said on the outside, and she didn't know, so I'm gonna read it and find out. So you're supposed to shut your locker, your gas locker, but not lock it, and then put this over it, and this cannot be broken during the voyage. And then you put this on the locker, but we don't have a locker. Ours is underneath the van, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So we just finished breakfast. I am super full. It was nice having something to do on the ferry because 3.5 hours is a long time. And we're being kicked out now though because it's closing, so gotta go find somewhere else to sit the last part of the boat. I found the van.
Found it.
We're in Denmark.
Hello, Denmark.
There's a running race going on, so a lot of the roads are closed. So we have ended up in some random forest, like in the middle of the city.
So we just arrived at, I actually don't know where we arrived. Where did we arrive at?
I think it's like Aarhus or something, I'm not sure. A town in Denmark.
Yeah.
And we've just parked the car and we're in the shade right now, but it's a very sunny day. It feels so good to be out of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, nice, and a t-shirt.
Yeah, getting some sun on our skin. Yeah. It's sunk. Swimmable?
Yeah, not for long.
Have you had enough time in the sun beforehand?
Yeah, and you want to jump out and then like after 5 minutes and lie back in the sun.
For a couple of hours now, have we?
5 hours in total.
So like 2 hours since we left the beach. And I think we're almost crossing over into Germany. We've got like 6 countries to get through quite quickly over the next day or so. What are this? Trucks.
Germany would be one of my least favourite countries to drive in. On the motorways they drive so fast. Right now I'm doing 120 k's and cars are just flying past me, it's ridiculous.
They're definitely going faster than 130.
They're doing like 160 plus something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Everyone's going fast.
Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe.